In this video, I'm sad to report that we've lost the tawny chicks. So we can see here on the 12th of April that we do actually have two really quite strong chicks here. The camera angle is not great because unfortunately the mother in feeding the chicks has actually knocked the camera into the wrong position. We can see there are two chicks there, and in just a few moments I think we'll see a third one come round the corner. That's the second one, just coming round, looking up at the camera. You can see those are quite big. The one on the right is obviously much bigger than that one. And then finally at the end of this clip there is the little runt, the third one that comes round the corner. And he's getting quite a lot of trouble from the other two much bigger chicks. Now we can see the following early morning, I think on the 13th, the mother coming in to feed. So I think we still have 3 chicks at this point, and there's some quite energetic feeding going on in there. I'm not sure if we can, I can certainly see 2 heads in there. But at some point over the coming days, the third chick disappears. So I think we could see from the previous shot that that third chick was really very small. And I think either died and was eaten or was attacked and eaten by the other 2. And this does tend to happen. I did have somebody tell me that very often these birds have large broods, and the 4th and 5th chicks are very often just an emergency food supply for the first 3. So in this case I think the third one was really a very undernourished runt who obviously wasn't competing for food, so eventually declined and died or was killed, because there was no sign of him in the box, so he's clearly gone. Then a little while later, we're now on the 17th, we can see here there's only 2 chicks left in the box. I've got confirmation in other shots that there's only 2 chicks, and we can see those 2 white balls of fluff with the 2 dark patches, which are the beak areas. And here comes the mother to feed those 2, and they're obviously fighting fit and desperate for food, so there's no problem with those 2 at all. If anything, they are just a little bit too energetic. And this is maybe not the ideal box for them, because this is in fact a kestrel box. So the lip is obviously, I suspect, not high enough to keep them in the box, because this one goes looking for its mother and falls out. And the other one almost follows. Now this is at 20 to 3 in the morning on the 17th. Now sadly, we didn't discover that this tawny had fallen out until much later in the day. So it had actually spent quite a while on the grass, spent most of the night in the grass, in the wet. There was quite a heavy dew the following day, and I think there was rain as well during the day, and it was quite cold. So mother's come back here, is quite surprised to find only 1 chick. Feeding that chick, wondering what's happening. I think at some point she does turn round and maybe hears the other one calling from below. I've got no evidence that the mother actually went down to investigate, but I think the mother there is hearing and seeing the other chick down on the floor, but obviously didn't do very much about it, because when we eventually found the chick later that day, it was really very, very weak. We put it back up in the box, and the mother did come in with food, but unfortunately A number of things. It doesn't appear to have been fed, and I had to go away for a week at that point. And unfortunately as well, we had a power cut due to a heavy electrical storm which knocked out the recorder. So I don't have any recordings after we returned the chick to the box, but the chick obviously died and disappeared, probably got eaten. And when I came back from my break, the other one had disappeared as well. We don't know whether it was predated or whether it fledged.